Morning. How's it going, everybody? Hey, Clinton. Yeah, I'm actually really happy to be doing this one, giving a look into, what is possible for people to use besides Twitch, Trovo, and other stuff out there, and YouTube. Is actually owning your own live streaming service, because it's actually it's not as rough as you might think. So that we're gonna get into the meat and potatoes of that. Music sounded a little loud, but now it's good. Yeah, so we're gonna take a look into Owncast, which is a open source live streaming service that you can actually own and start up your own live stream, whatever you want to call it. So I know a lot of people are interested in the Fediverse, like Mastodon, PeerTube, and all sorts of things like that. Especially with after the debacle with Twitter, everyone decided to jump ship pretty much. Just looking over a couple things here. I'm making sure I'm not going to dox myself when I share these screens. Yep, everything is good. Actually, let me open up my DigitalOcean account. I do need the multi-factor. So how's it going? How's everyone's week so far been? Hopefully not too bad. It's actually got a little chilly yesterday and today, which is quite nice. I'm enjoying it as much as I can before our 9-month of hell on earth. Yeah, that shouldn't be any issue. Okay. So I got my screens up. All right, so let's actually dig into what exactly is Owncast. Well, let me show you here. Owncast is a free and open source live video and web chat server for use with existing popular broadcasting service. So what that means is anyone can use a OBS, XSplit, Streamlabs desktop, Ecamm, and I think even like the browser-based stuff as well. Like, was it StreamYard and Restream's Studio. So as long as you are capable to enter a RTMP server and a key and stuff like that, you'll have no problem. Now, how do I set this up? Well, that's major roadblock a lot of people kind of are not prepared for, because Owncast itself is free. You can use it anywhere as long as you have a server to install it on, which means you can install it on your own hardware if you have your own like server hardware, if you do that, or if you have a virtual private machine or virtual private server, or you use something like DigitalOcean. DigitalOcean is something where you can use, that's what I use to host my Owncast server. So I have it here. I have the I believe it's the $21. It's two gigs memory with two virtual CPUs. So I have a good overhead of what I need to do when I do my streams. And I'll go ahead and show you exactly how I have mine set up to produce or set up the 1080p at 30 frames per second. So DigitalOcean is good because if you're a new user, they have options or like a coupon that you can use. Like they give you like $100 free of credits to use, and you can easily go through that with no problem. I'm not saying that you can quickly go through it, but depending on the servers and how you use it, it can take a while or it can take like a day, depending on what you use it for. You can also set it up on Linode. Owncast actually does have their own documents, or let's say for a quick start here. So you can manually install it yourself if you're comfortable in doing Docker images, setting things up in your server, or you can use, like I just showed you with Owncast, where it has like a one-click install. You don't have to worry about getting things set up. It pretty much does it for you. All you would need is your own domain name, which they're cheap. They're like $12 to $14 a year. That's why I have on my Owncast, I have it set up as indiebasement.live. I've had that domain for quite a while, so I decided I might as well use it. So as long as you have the capability, you can put in the DNS information and have it point to your Owncast server. They have documents on setting that up, no problem. So let's go ahead and take a look at setting it up to be installed for you on a hosting provider. So like I said, DigitalOcean and Linode is the majority of usually what you would think of server hosting. But you'll also have Vultr, Zeus Cloud, and Elistio. These two I had not really had any experience. I'd had a little bit of experience in Vultr. It's the same as the Linode and DigitalOcean. So if you take a look at DigitalOcean setup guide, it's pretty self-explanatory. It pretty much walks you through on how to get things set up and how to set up your domain name in your register. So if you want to go to like set everything up through hover.com, set up your domain through there, or I wouldn't say GoDaddy, but stuff like Namecheap, Hover, and there's a couple other places that are more reputable that I would direct you if you wanted to start this little experiment, this little project. So what you want to do is, of course, also have your droplet IP, which would be your IP address to go to your actual server. You'll put that into your install here after you get everything set up. And of course, it's also setting up SSL, which means you had HTTPS, which is, every site should have that. It's pretty much standard. If you only have HTTP, a lot of the people that would come to your site to view your stream will probably get hit with a this site's not secured error message, and it will pretty much block you unless you go to advanced and forcibly go through. So it's a good idea to go through setting up your SSL. You can do that with Let's Encrypt, which is a free service that renews every year, so you don't have to really worry about that, and it provides the SSL certificate, so you don't have to worry. Now you can also, after getting all that set up, drop DigitalOcean. Let's say you're using DigitalOcean, you get that set up, you're ready to go. You go ahead, start a stream. Well, what's going to happen is you have to set up an OBS. What you're sending out to your own server would affect what people are viewing. Now, in my case, I was running into some issue because I was pushing out, I think it was 1080p at 30, but a high bit rate. So what was causing some problems, if I was going over to my admin side here, is right now my CPU load on my server is around like 9%. I'll explain to you how I got that. Before, it was pushing at like 60 to 80, even to 100%. It was choking the CPU. I tried all sorts of stuff. I tried even bumping the plan up to, I think, 4 gig, 4 gig memory, 2 CPU, and just higher plans. And it wasn't really doing for me what I wanted it to do, especially for gaming, because the feed was a little choppy. I was getting a lot pixelated because my bit rate that I was sending was high. I'm still sending around like 5,000 kppbs, whatever, 5 kilobits. Say that 5 megabytes, because 5,000 is a megabyte, or 1,000 is a megabyte, so 5,000 it's 5 megabytes. Anyways, megabits or megabytes. It was, the quality of the video wasn't what I was wanting to have out there for people to watch. So what was happening is that after going to bumping up to a little bit higher tiers, yes, it was dropping the CPU load maybe 10%. So I was being at 80%. So I'm like, okay, I'll try this one other thing. And that one other thing is, this is only my setup that I have, unless you have like a 2PC setup or a really beefy PC that you game off of as well, is I'm using my streaming PC as the encoder. So what I'm pushing out is a raw, unadulterated feed to Owncast. And that's how I was able to get the 9% or less than 10% CPU usage, 1080p product at 30 frames per second. Even with gaming, it's perfectly flawless. Now, I do have to preface it by saying, if you go that route, the way how I did it is, you also have to make sure that you have a good internet connection. Your PC is capable of doing that. And you might have an issue every once in a while where drop frames, because it's the nature of the beast, because you're sending out like a raw feed to Owncast, and whatever Owncast is getting, that's what's pushing up to everybody else. So that's just a little caveat. Now, it's not to say that Owncast is like a CPU hog. It depends on what you're sending to it. So if you're doing like 720 and 30 frames per second, it should not have an issue, especially if you're doing like 2500K, because that is like a lower, but your quality of video might be not as great. Or you can try to do a 1080, but at around like 3,000 to 4,000. It all depends. You just have to play around. And that's a nice thing that you can do, is if just mess around with this, with your server settings, just to figure out what the line that you can push out to Owncast and what is acceptable and is a good quality product that you're sending out to everybody else, or that they're seeing on their end. So that's just something that you have to play around with the servers. That is just the nature of the beast, because you are the administrator, the owner of your live stream that you are producing to your potential audience. Now, is that to say that it is up to everyone to go here and do this? No. I say if you want to take control of your own content, your own live stream, and you don't want to do be beholden to the likes of Twitch or YouTube or anything like that, then I would suggest, if you want to try this, it's open source, it's free, and all you gotta do is pay for, maybe do it for a month on DigitalOcean or Linode, and just pay the server costs for whatever you use and see how it works out for you. Now, and the thing is that just because you're owning everything does not mean that you can just say, oh, everyone can view my stuff, no problem. Actually, that is not the case. Now you also have to take on the responsibility of promoting. Well, you should be doing that to begin with. You should be promoting your streams to outside sources. Like if you're still using Twitter, go ahead and use that, or Facebook, or Reddit, or what I might, in my case, is I am very big in Mastodon. So I do a lot of posting of my live streams. I do this once a week. We talk about alternative platforms here for Indie Creator Hub. So if you want to check it out, you can also check out my stream or my Mastodon. I do have the links in the description down below. I think I have to add, I keep forgetting to put in the Indie Creator Hub feed, because I do a lot of posting out of that for podcast episodes and other stuff. But yeah, so you have to set yourself up to do your promotion, which like I said, you have to do that to begin with. It's not going to be, you get it up and running and then your hand is held along the way, and you actually have to put in the work and do the things that content creators should do. Now, the nice thing is that inside the your server for your Owncast here is you can set up your social features. So you can turn this on or off depending however you want to run this. You can also set up as private. So you can only have it, as it says here, follow requests will require approval and only followers will see your activity. Which means that you're kind of putting, if you want to do like a subscriber only live streams and you don't want to use like Discord or Guilded, you can set this up that your subscribers through Ko-fi or any other platform or Patreon can get the access, and they have to follow, and then they'll be able to see your stream. And this is one of the perks that you can probably set up and get going. Now, there is no integration per se between Owncast and Patreon or Ko-fi. You have to set that up manually. You have to paste the link or have that as a link for whatever tier you set up. You can also do not safe for work stuff. It's, again, because it's completely your server. Knock yourself out. If you want to do that, go right ahead. You can also set up a username. So this is how people can find your server. So right now, if you go to indiebasement.live, you'll see this live stream. But you can also set it up for a username used for sending and receiving activities from the Fediverse. For example, if you use Bob as a username, you would send messages to the Fediverse from Bob at your server, whatever. Once people start following your instance, you should not change this, because that's a good idea, because people will start associating this server or your stream as whatever that feed is. And you can also set up a now live message that is automatically posted every time you hit go live from your streaming service or your streaming encoder. And you can change this out or leave it blank and just disable it completely. And you can also show engagement. What I mean by that, let me show you here on the live feed. So I know it's going to get a little Inception crazy here. Don't mind here. So look over at the chat. So I shared the post that my server automatically posted out. I'll bring my Mastodon over here as well. So as you see, the Indie Basement, this is my live feed. It says exploring Owncast and what it means to fully own your own live streaming service. And it has the hashtags that automatically added that you can put in with a link to the feed or to your stream. So I boosted that to my own followers and it shows up in my chat on my feed, which is awesome because I can see if someone goes in and boost the post to their own followers, it'll show up here, or if they hit like, it'll show up here as well. Now you can turn this on and off. Again, it's completely up to you. There's no worries. So yeah, everything is completely customizable. Let me show you. Like I have, this is customizable. This little section here, it says, please respect other chat users. Change your name by clicking on the user title up on the top right. This part up here, because anyone who comes in will automatically be granted like a random name. Sometimes it's pretty cool. Sometimes it's like, it's a weird combination of words, but okay. Now, how you go about doing that is in the chat right here. The welcome message is, you can set that up here. Any kind of chat message that you want to show when you first start up a stream or when somebody first comes in, that can be customized right there. Let me move this back over so I can keep an eye on chat. There we go. So now you can turn on and off the chat. So you can have a live stream with no chat whatsoever, which is an option that you can do. Let's say you want to have your chat just in Discord or Guilded or Matrix or Revolt. You want to have your chat and your members that are watching your stream just focusing on, let's just keep things simple, is just in, let's say, Discord. So you have your chat room in Discord. You can turn this on and off. You don't have to have your chat within your live stream. And you don't have to have join messages on. So when people come into your live stream, it doesn't automatically post that, hey, so-and-so has entered your chat or is now part of your stream. You can also set up or establish the users only, because only users who have previously been established for some time may chat, which is a good thing if you want to have a little bit more control of, hey, you gotta watch a stream for so many times or whatever, and then you'll be able to chat, just to cut down on the spam or potential trolls, let's say. And of course, when through a welcome message, you can also put it in forbidden username. So if you don't want someone to automatically say, hey, associate themselves as Owncast or operator, admin, or system, you can block them from doing that from the onset. Or you can add any kind of other usernames that you don't want people to use within your own stream. You can also set up default usernames. This is automatically set up to do it. So it's an optional list of chat usernames that new users get assigned. If the list holds less than 10 items, random names will be generated. Users can change their usernames afterwards, and the same username may be given out multiple times. So what that means is, like right now, I had a couple, some people come in with a like relaxed Samet, which is 2 random words put together. So it's if that person doesn't want to associate their name, hey Fox, kind of figured that was you. So if you don't want people to come in on like these random terms, you can always put in options of usernames that are available for people coming into your stream. Now, you can also set up your social feed. Who gave it away? Because you associated that name with your name. So here is, we already touched on this a little bit with the social features. Like again, this is really important. So if you want to have further control, go ahead, set these up however you want. So if you want to do not safe for work streams, do it, because you can also set this up to be potentially not safe for work. Let's see, videos. So here is the portion that where I was explaining a little bit earlier about your stream output. So whatever you are sending Owncast is what Owncast is sending out to your viewers. So right now, my video bitrate is same as source. So I kept a name at like 4,500, but it's more like 5,000 or so. which means there's no CPU usage on the server. It's all coming from my streaming computer. And you can also set the latency buffers. While it's natural to want to keep your latency as low as possible, you may experience reduced error tolerance and stability the lower you go. The lowest setting is not recommended. For interactive live streams, you may want to experiment with a lower latency. For non-interactive broadcasts, you may want to increase it, which means the time that your viewers hear you ask a question and when they respond. So let's say for Twitch, it's roughly anywhere between 2 to 8 seconds, mostly around 2 to 4 seconds, let's say. YouTube, depending on your quality, is about 10 seconds at the most, or it could be higher, around 30. It depends on if you're using I think it's the 4K option. Couple other things is that for my stream, it hovers around 8 to 12 seconds of latency. Fox asks, curious how to address the bandwidth scaling problem if the viewer count grows. That's a lot of cumulative bandwidth. Yeah, that's the thing that you have to worry about too. Is your server able to carry the amount of people watching? It's something that you have to deal with. Is that most of the time there is no reason to bump up your plan. Let's say if you're using DigitalOcean, if you get like 10 to 20 people, that should not be any problem. When you start getting into like the 50 range, then you might have to start thinking about upgrading your servers. And of course, that also incurs more cost. But you can also ask your viewers at that time, because you're probably growing a community of people that are constantly watching or just coming in to enjoy your stream, to pay $1 or $2 to help offset the server cost. So that's just something that you have to keep in the back of your mind, is that if my streams start getting popular, what is my plan down the road? You have to think long term. Is that I will have to actually upgrade my server cost to offset, the higher amount of viewers, which is more potential of earnings, monetization, and stuff like that. So that's just something that you have to think about. Is when you're starting out, start small. Start with like maybe I think it was like the $14 range. It's like, I think 2 gig, 1 CPU. And I think that's about average for Linode and that DigitalOcean. Thanks, Owncast, for sharing the stream. See, I like seeing that too. Owncast automatically shares the stream as well. That's pretty freaking awesome. Thank you, Owncast. Because that's one of the things, is trying to get more eyes on this potential that people can use. If you're tired of being lost in the algorithms and all sorts of stuff like that. What exactly is that then? What do you mean, Owncast? But yeah, it's just something that you have to think about when you're the scaling of your content. No, it was through Mastodon. Is that the actual Owncast, the people who run the account that are associated with Owncast, they share that to their followers from their account. Owncast also does it through like I don't want to call it a bot, but it is a bot. On Mastodon, their account on Mastodon, the other account is from the botsin.space. It's basically every single time that you start up your stream, it sends out that Josh B has started streaming on their Owncast server. Check them out at your URL in your whatever account that you have. But yeah, Owncast, because they want to get more eyes on this project, this open source project, because it helps people like myself and anyone who else wants to be interested in open source software to run their own live stream. So that's my not say code. What's the term? What's the word? Well, my passion is to get more eyes on alternative platforms instead of, Twitch, YouTube, Facebook. Well, I keep saying this. Facebook is just like, why even bother? Because they're not pumping out, they're not promoting their streamers there. So it's a good idea to take control of your own space, your own content. Fox, you says waiting for shops to get Pi 4s back in stock. Then I got to mess with it and make servers out of it. I should have brought up that. Forget what's his name. Saw on the Owncast Rocket Chat was talking about setting up the servers on Raspberry Pis. Yeah, that should be fine. I know I discussed it before. I actually do multi-stream to not just Owncast on my own site, but also multicast to Twitch and YouTube. Get the eyes out there, Yeah, they do. Their Mastodon is on a Raspberry Pi for their Mastodon server, which is the Fediverse and all these open source projects are very much capable to run on small form factor servers. You don't need a beefy server to say, hey, I run this on a Nintendo DS. I mean, is it possible? Sure, it could be if you worked hard enough. I mean, hell, you can run Doom on some old stuff. Excuse me. Which is another thing, because I've set Owncast as its own server. Also set up, I don't know if you saw it when I was showing off the DigitalOcean side thing. I have also opened up a Indie Creator Hub forum using Discourse, which again is open source. So I'm getting that. Actually, I have set that up. So I have that tied in to be open to anyone. It's forum.indiecreatorhub.com. You can also if you go to indiecreatorhub.com, the website itself is the actual blog. Go into community and it has a link there for forums and a Guilded. And what else did I put there? I think I had a third option. I forgot. I did that 2 days ago. I already forgot. But just going through over the Owncast tonight is that everything shows up that you have access to. Like, you have a log that you can go through and look through. So if you want to say, oh, this troll that came in at such and such time, let me go ahead. I forgot their name. Let me take a look real quick. It's like, oh, this guy over here, Fox. This guy, you got to keep an eye on this person. So you also, your viewers is set up as well. So you have your dashboard to see how your stream is doing. So right now, I have like 4 people in max all time, and you have max viewers this stream, and it shows you how many viewers you have and the user agent. So you have what people are watching and their watch times and stuff like that. Your home feed, which is your home dashboard, gets your information that is out there for anyone to see, or not anyone to see, but easier for you to take care of. So are you looking at look at my stash and my bill. So it's saying that it's a healthy stream. Yep. It'll give you error message. Like right now, 1 or 2 viewers are consuming video slower than or too close to your bit rate at 51 kbps. So that's just something I'll have to look into. Playback health is 100%. How long you've been streaming so far. And of course, your outbound stream details. It gives you everything, even what software you're using. Because I use Ecamm. So it shows my input there. The AVC 1, 30 frames per second, 1080 at 4000 kpps. And also a little news, like for Owncast 0.10. So they're pretty much working on a complete rewrite. Not well, yeah. They're renovating the studio, as you know, it might be the term. They're renovating stuff to make everything look a little bit better, a little bit easier to see, to watch, and stuff like that. Now you're thinking, okay, that's nice. I did all my promotion, but what gives? Is there anything else that Owncast can do for me? Well, Owncast actually does have a little directory that you can send your stream to. So right now it shows up for all the people who are streaming a Owncast server. It gives their what's streaming now. Of course, hey, this person looks familiar. So you got a lot of stuff here. You got the Owncast TVs. There's like the 24-hour promo. What is possible with Owncast? It's kind of like, you know, if you want to direct to somebody who is interested about Owncast, send them this link to Owncast TV's channel. You got this person that's playing Final Fantasy 8 or 7 remake. So you have people playing games on here. It's not just, you know, music production, just playing TV shows, other stuff, but you got this guy doing a DJ set. Looks like Perth News Channel from the so this is from the future, guys, because they're coming from the future. So you got a lot of streams that are available that you can look at to figure out, oh, I'd be interested in this person's. I want to direct, if you're looking at someone who plays indie games on Linux, I would direct your attention to, where did he go? Hatnix Plays. He's a German streamer, so he does streams in English and German, and he plays indie games that are only available to be played on Linux. So if you're looking or interested in that, I would highly suggest giving Hatnix Plays a follow. There's so many different servers out there. There's tons of them, and these are the ones that are actively sending that they want to be in part of the directory here at Owncast. There are probably many more. Excuse me. There are probably many more that are not actively sending their information to the directory, which is a shame, but hey, that's their own right. If they don't want to do that, they don't have to do that. This is currently what is, hold on a second. This is currently what, if you go into your, I gotta remember where it is. Social actions, no. Well, that's also another thing, is that's the reason why they're wanting more people like myself are trying to, no, I don't want to make it religious, but, you know, like pass on the good word to, you know, everyone else, to show people what is possible, that Owncast is out there, that you can use it. Yes, it's right here under general configuration. If you want to set up to enable directory to have your stream or your channel possible or show up in the directory, you go ahead, turn that on. You don't have to. It's the option there for you. But yeah, that's the thing, is like there's many people out there that are probably streaming on Owncast. I don't know if Owncast has the actual numbers. I don't think they really don't know how many are installed or instances are out there. Thank you, Gabe, for sharing the stream with their followers. But yeah, that's the thing is that Owncast wants, if you're using the service, they want you to share. It's like, hey, I'm actually having a great time sharing or streaming with my Owncast server. I have full and utmost control over what I produce and put out there for people to watch. And I can embed it in websites. I can embed it in other places because they have that option as well. Let me go ahead. That's the forum, but I can put an embed in our forums. There we go. Well, what I have here is on our Ghost blog, because again, that's another open source project, is I have our community. I have live streams. That's why I put it. That's what I had for the third option. So if I go here, I hit live streams. I have the Owncast server along with the Twitch embed as well. So you can watch it from here if you would like. So you can do a lot of stuff with Owncast, and it's a great open source project that I'm thoroughly having a great time with it. Let's see. Now you can also do if you want to customize, especially if you're watching right now on the Owncast, any basement.live, if you scroll down, all of this is Markdown, which is great that you can use that because you can use a program called Obsidian to set everything up. I think it's a little bit of a different comparison. Each person out in Mastodon is a user, but each Owncast server is an entire server. If every Mastodon user had to run their own server, there'd only be hundreds of people, I'm guessing. That's the difference between services and servers, I guess. Yeah. Fox is very glad to have discovered it. I've known about Mastodon for a while and even Diaspora, but didn't know how far the whole Fediverse has grown. Yeah, Fox, you're the one that also gave me that link to the Fediverse tree, and it's grown. But yeah, you can do a customize all in Markdown, setting up your just below the fold, just scrolling down one to setting up, like you can just post up links to your monetization, like either Patreon or Ko-fi or any other place. You can set up links to if you have a matrix server, or you have Discord or Guilded or anything like that. You can all set it up here. Plus you can also do pro tips for people coming in, how to use Owncast as a viewer. So you can do all sorts of stuff through the Markdown. And you can also use custom CSS like I have here. This is the CSS that has the capability of what you're looking at. I can change it and everything like that. You can do, if you like playing CSS, you can have a ball playing in this custom part here. You were thinking of estimated known users. Obviously, there can be undocumented Owncast running, but the index is tiny compared to other Fedi platforms' publicly visible accounts. Yeah. No, I kind of copy and paste most of this from somebody. So I don't know CSS. I'm dangerous with it. So if you want me to build a website in CSS, it sounds like a you problem. But I just like to look at how everything out, and I was looking for a way to put in, you know, the custom my little logo dot there in the upper left. So yeah, like I said, I'm learning what things do, where they point at. So yeah. HTML and CSS is still a mystery to me. But you can also do a lot of different things. So if you want to add tags, you can add, I don't think there is a limit for tags. The only limit is your imagination, really. So right now I put in like streaming, indie games, gilded, video games, content creation, MMO, Overwatch. I can add a couple more. I can do like open source or whatever tags, because what's going to happen is whenever I do my social going live text, these are automatically added below it, just below the, or no, just above the link, the domain link. So you can do all custom whatever. You can also add in your social handles. So if I have a Mastodon, my YouTube, Twitch, Ko-fi, I got my link to the Gilded, another YouTube link for the actual Indie Creator Hub. This one is for my 2-ton waffle one, and a Discord for 2-ton waffle. So, and these are all customized. You can have as many as you want, or none at all. If you don't want those to show up, we'll have to use them. Now, I know I keep harping on people to say, hey, this is this great thing, this great service that's called Owncast, and trying to share it out. What I'm also doing is doing this video. I'm also going to edit it down. So if I do go, let's say for 2 hours tonight, I don't want people to have to go through the whole 2 hours. So I'll edit my video and make it so, hey, edit it down. So it'd be what, 20, 30, maybe 40 minutes of actual content that I can post on YouTube that people can learn. Because if you go to YouTube, there's not really many videos dedicated to Owncast. There's a couple from Owncast themselves about how to set it up, and what you can do. And that's another thing I have to learn, is setting up a bot, because you can set that up in your Owncast server, a chat bot that people can use on that want to come in and use. So say they type an exclamation point, Discord. I just had a brain fart there, but yeah. So it'll give you like, hey, so and so, this is our link to Discord for our community. You automatically post that. PeerTube, actually, let's take That's another thing I want to get into, is I want to see if I can get into Tilvids. I can be a channel. PeerTube. Discover more. Let's say Owncast. All right, so there's like 176 videos. So yeah, you're right. There's more on PeerTube because the audience or the demographics, that are people who go to or watch on PeerTube are more part of the open source community, the Linux, the Fediverse. So of course you're not going to have much on YouTube, but I would like to change that to get people who are on YouTube to get a self-made. But yeah, to get more eyes on the, well, let's call them the normies, to say, hey, this is this thing, You should check it out, especially if you're tired of the algorithms and all sorts of stuff and the shenanigans on these corporate-owned services. Twitch is not a platform, it's a service. Because Twitch has taken out anything to deal with kind of a platform-esque thing to it. So, because they used to have, you know, your friends list, they took that out. They had hosting and they had like Pulse back in the day, where it's more like a sharing of like communities. So they're no longer a live streaming platform, they're a live streaming service. And I kind of like, in my mind, every single time I read like an article, like, oh, the Twitch live streaming platform, it's like, no, it's a service. And the nomenclature right. Oh, you know that name? So yeah, PeerTube, display more videos. Better to bring the normies to PeerTube, so maybe post your edited cast on PeerTube and then make 15-second video for YouTube where you just tell. Yeah, that's actually a good idea, Kino. Thank you. Welcome. Yeah, because I've been doing a lot of short form videos and I've been getting a lot of views on that. More views. My views on short form videos on YouTube are in the hundreds, while my long forms are in the teens, like 20, 30, 80 to 100. But yeah, that's a very good idea. I'm gonna notate that down. But yeah, I do have to get on. I want to see if I can request access to be a creator as a channel in Tilvids, because I know a lot of Tilvids videos are around the open source, the Linux, that kind of communities, I should say. But I'd also have to put out more content around not just alternative platforms. I do have to do, you know, more of this, which I'm doing. So yeah, there is a lot of videos. Hey, La Fractal. I was watching his was this? No, this was December. It was like about a week ago, or a couple days ago, with the emoji wall. And because he's the programmer. He's created that. But yeah, there's a lot here. So thank you. Definitely gonna put some videos onto. Oh, and there's a Valheim walkthrough using Owncast. So yeah, there's PeerTube is yet another untapped market that can be used or utilized to help spread the awareness. But like Kino said, you've been hacking away at stuff 20 plus years. Okay, you've been deep in the trenches. And that's the thing, is that let's take oh look, there's that guy again. Jeez. I haven't seen a service in years. Damn trenches, like a city down here. But yeah, there's let's say within this month, there's been a few. I had to bring this up. Owncast, I just noticed this a couple days ago. They have a new promo video that they posted. Oh, and there's that guy again with a short. See, I only got 200 views, but still, that's a lot more than 0. And you have a couple here that are for the German market because they're in German. Well, you got to think about if you got to explain how normal people would view Owncast. If you try to explain what Owncast is without saying Twitch or Twitch-like, then they're kind of lost. It's like the same thing. Let's talk about this live streaming. If you go up to, let's say if you walk up to Graham and say, hey, you can watch me on Twitch. Graham's going to say, what the hell's Twitch? And say, oh, well, you can also watch me on YouTube. Oh, I know about YouTube. Well, I understand it's nomenclature. Yeah, alternative is a better term, but you just have the mindset to try to get the people's, their mindset is that they know Twitch. Twitch is a live streaming service. It's, yes, I'm clone is a bad term. It's an alternative, or you can say it's very much like Twitch, but you own the actual content. You own the actual process of creating, streaming, and putting out your stuff all together. You don't have to worry about, you don't have to do the algorithm thing or anything like that. But yeah, alternative is a lot more honest. It is. It's an alternative. It's not a clone, because Owncast is its own separate entity. So now if you want to talk about a Twitch clone, Kick.com is a clone. That's because they pay for using Amazon IVS, which is essentially Twitch infrastructure. That's all it is. But again, there's not that many Owncast videos out there. I don't know why these come up. Well, DLive, when it first started, I think they were trying to do something a little bit different, but they kind of fell on their face a lot. Let's check out this channel. Oh, no, that's not one. That's someone trying to use the Owncast channel name. But no, I did see they have a new video. What was it on? I think it was Mastodon. I saw it. But yeah, it's something that a lot of people should, if they want to be taken, not, I shouldn't say taken seriously, but if they want to take their content creation seriously, definitely look at Owncast and try out, set it up on a self-hosted like DigitalOcean or Linode or one of the other ones that I posted, or they have posted here on their guides. This is from Owncast's quick start guide. That try it out for a month, pay for, you know, the server for a month. What's going to do? Anywhere from 15 to like $25. Play around with it, see how it is. And the nice thing is that Owncast does have a Rocket Chat that you can go to. Did I do it wrong? No. It's Rocket Chat. Recently heard on Porkbun, a DNS register service that freely includes Whois privacy. Oh, really? I know, because I go through. Oh yeah, because I'm using Edge. Not using Firefox tonight. No? Yes, it was. Oh, that's right. Oh. Wrong spot. So you got the Rocket Chat. Let's see, like, think of it as like almost like a help section. And if you have questions, you have Gabek here, or Gabe K. Gabe, that was also shared earlier. Thank you. Helps is like very active here. So yeah. I know for register I use hover.com that has a Whois. I've been using Hover for many years. Oh, this is Rocket Chat. Another open source, but it's also I created a rocket chat because I was playing around with retro, not that did it again, damn it, Revolt and Matrix, and I also played around a little bit with Mattermost to see how that works this past couple days. So yeah, this is Rocket Chat. This is all set up. It's Owncast.rocketchat, rocket.chat. Revolt went pretty good. I set up I didn't download it. I just used the web app. I set my own, and it's nice too because I was having an issue with Gilded and trying to do an RSS feed, and it wasn't working for me. But this, I just did 6 colors RSS feed, and it's been working fine because I have a bot that does that. So I've been playing around with that. So I think that's about it for the Owncast rundown. Definitely gonna be doing some more videos on Owncast and like how to set up your server and go through the whole process on that. I'll probably go through and do that quickly. Not quickly, but you know, do a video. And I will definitely post this edited version of this video on PeerTube to help spread the awareness and do shorts on I probably can pull like 4 or 5 shorts out of here for the YouTube side of things. TikTok, yeah. I got lucky finding this series when I did, but what's the plan afterwards once you cover all these tools? Let's just continue. Just continue looking at alternative platforms. That's what I do. Open source, closed source, and just continue to go because it's going to be continuing. There is no, I don't foresee it to be like, oh, this is it. I've done everything on Owncast, because they have that renovation that they're planning and all sorts of stuff. So yeah. It's just to give the options to people that are like I posted in forums, like are people really stuck in Twitch just because everyone is there, everyone that they know, all their friends are there, or if they're streaming is like, oh, this is the only place I can make money because I'm an affiliate, I run ads, and I get 20 cents a month. So it's like it gives an option. I have no idea what those terms are using. What is that dark magic you're speaking? But it's a journey that I am actually looking forward to in looking at these alternative open source projects, like Revolt. And because of regions. But yeah, there's was just released. I don't know if you probably don't follow the guy who does his YouTube channels, No Text to Speech. They were never meant to target users outside. Oh, okay, that's why I never heard of him. He does a lot of Discord videos. Like he constantly hounds like Discord, especially like Me6 bot. Because Me6 bot is, if you run a Discord server, please do not use Me6. Hi, Kaylee. Because it's just their shady nature, and I think last year they decided to, we're getting into NFTs and the Web3 and crypto coins, and it's like they were providing a decent service at the time when they first came out. Discord didn't really have that many bots. They were one of the first ones to offer, like live stream notifications for Twitch or YouTube and stuff like that, leveling up. But a lot of the stuff that they were providing for free, they locked behind paywalls, and the paywalls started getting higher and higher. So other alternatives in B6 were introduced until, running a bot on Discord is not cheap. So yes, if you do run a Discord, pay your bot developers, because the work they do is very important. But anyways, he did a video on alternatives to Discord. He's done like a couple of videos on Guilded as well. And this one, he actually went through showcasing retro. Oh, God damn it. I don't know why I got retro in the brain. Revolt. So he covered Revolt. He kind of like gave a score between Revolt and Matrix, and how user friendly it is, the capabilities, the UI and stuff like that. So it's pretty interesting to watch, like somebody who has a channel dedicated on Discord to actually go through and look at these alternative things. Yeah, retro. Yeah, so you love retro gaming, so by all means say I do too. Actually, I have a Raspberry Pi. Where is it? Aha. I got this guy. I think this is the Raspberry Pi 3. I bought it a couple years ago. Let me see if I can pop it open without breaking it. There we go. What I was originally going to do, I was going to put a what's that OS called? It's basically gaming emulators. That's what I was going to originally put on here. What? Yeah, I think this is Raspberry 3. Oh, it's the Raspberry Pi. I can't tell because yeah, it's. I think it's the 3. But yeah, it's I was gonna put a whole bunch of emulators on it and use it as like a like Nintendo games and stuff like that. I never got around to it. I'll probably do that as well. That's another project I can do. Did I break it? Why are you loose? Oh well. But yeah, that's what I'm gonna probably work on eventually, is get that set up and have some fun with it. Get some emulators on it. Okay. Someone's very bossy. She is. But yeah, that's another thing I can go into as well. Yeah, RetroPie. Thank you. Yeah, RetroPie. Meow. Meow. I'm arguing with my cat. Don't judge. Yeah, it took you 2 minutes to remember it too. I know, I was like, it's an OS about gaming emulators. What's it called? It usually has Pi in it, so it's something Pi. But yeah, I have plenty of content that I can do. There's no shortage of it. And like I said, there is to continue using Owncast as well. So there, like I said, there's no like bucket that is eventually gets drained and there's nothing else to report on or to look into. I can spend say like especially when I start working on learning more how to integrate a bot into Owncast. That's many videos of setting that up. So there's so much that is out there that is able to do on Owncast itself. And especially now I'm got set up for forums on Discourse to try to start growing a community of people who can actually also contribute as well, that I can bring in. That's my end goal, is not end goal, but one of my goals is to bring more people in to help flesh out Any Creator Hub. Not just to have just myself doing it, but to have other people help do stuff as well in it. Because right now I'm just a one-man band, so it's good for me to do this, but I know I don't want to stretch myself too thin where all of a sudden content and other things start, getting pushed to the side. Haley, you gotta hold on. Been sleeping all day, so whatever. But yeah, this is something I've been working on for years, and I'll still continue to work on for years because this is something I enjoy doing. And the open source community is constantly changing. There is more new stuff out there that to look for. Like I was looking at Revolt, and I was also looking at Matrix, and I'll spin up a Matrix server and play around with that, see how that goes. Kaylee, I'm almost done. Jesus. But yeah, that's the general gist of it, and I would love to see more people come by. I got to get on my schedule of creating blogs or postings of different things. What I'm probably going to do is set myself up to do at least one a week, and then use that as a guideline for a video, and do these like kind of like a freeform type of stuff, and do some more shorts, because I can do a batch record of shorts for like 3 to 4 weeks of videos and get them done in like 1 or 2 days. So yeah, that is going to be it for me tonight. Thank you for coming by and joining the stream and sharing the link to your community as well. Definitely look forward to doing some more Owncast videos and put them out there. Definitely going to be looking more into PeerTube, like I said, to look into Tilvids, getting that. See if I can get on board with them. So yeah, a lot more to come in the future and more Owncast stuff. Oh, thank you for also, hey, no one is an expert here. We all continue to learn new things and new platforms and services. Oh yeah, and happy St. Patrick's Day, everyone. Kaylee, I got some heckler here. I don't know if you guys can hear her, but she's very loud. But yeah, definitely thank you for coming by. Do be sure to check out anycreatorhub.com. Also check out our forums. There's a link there in the top, or go to forum.anycreatorhub. And I'll see you guys next time, and enjoy the rest of your evening or morning, wherever it is, wherever you live. Have a good night.